and welcome back to another lesson. In this lesson, I will be reading a book to you. Rotten Pumpkin, a rotten tale in 15 voices. Vocabulary words. Fungi, a living thing that feeds off organic matter. Yeast, fungus consisting of single oval cells that reproduce by budding. Mold, a type of fungus that requires a moist environment to grow. Spores, a rounded resistant from adopted by a bacterial cell in adverse conditions. Penicillium, the mold used to produce penicillin. Penicillin, a blue mold of a type. Antibiotics, drugs used to prevent the growth of bacteria, like penicillin. Plasmodium, consists of a mass of naked protoplasms containing many nuclei. When a story is told by multiple characters, it is called a multiple narrative. Do you think you can make a list in your journal of all 15 characters as I read you the story? A rotten tale in 15 voices. Here I stand, bright with light, proud and round. Tonight is my glory night. Call me Jack. My flame is spent, no more do I glow. Back to the garden I go. Something mice like me are cute, nibbling on a pumpkin, but it's not cute being everybody else's lunch. Weasel, gopher, owl, snake, badger, bobcat, housecat, rat. They all want a mouse pie. I'm always on the lookout for danger, 'cause danger's on the lookout for me. Squirrels are nutty about nuts and flaky about fruit, but I've just had my fill, so no pumpkin right now. Thank you. Oh, I see a seed, so I'll grab it and head for my favorite tree. Call me Slug, the eating machine. I scrape food into my mouth with my sharp little tongue. Look closely, and you'll see marks on the pumpkins like footprints. They show you where I've been, and they make great spots for mold spores to touch down and grow. I hope those molds appreciate what I do for them. My keen fly nose smells what I am looking for. Dead fish, rotten meat, dog dew. The stinker, the better. A rotting pumpkin is perfect. I taste it with my feet. You're gonna love hearing how I eat. I vomit on the pumpkin flesh. My vomit dissolves pumpkin nutrients so I can lap them up. A delicious, nutritious morning smoothie. My night is just a memory. My smile has faded, my crown is down. Where once I smiled and winked, now fungi ring my mouth and eyes. A cheerful Jack, I am no more. I'm a mold with a nasty name. People call me Black Rot. Black and I rot. Someone cut holes into this pumpkin and that really helped me out. Now that I've got soft, fresh pumpkin flesh for lunch, rotten fellow that I am, I'll turn Jack into mush. Black Rot, I appreciate you. I'm Fusarium Rot, and you prepare the pumpkin skin for me, like a gardener's hoe prepares the earth. I landed as a spore, and from tiny gray spores, great reddish fungi can grow. Now you're gone, but I'm living off the land you reeded for me, Pumpkin Land. Have you ever noticed a slice of red dotted with gray blotches? A strawberry going white fuzz? A pumpkin wearing earmuffs? Then you'll see me. I'm something called bread mold, but I've got an appetite for a lot more than bread. Once my spores land on something yummy, I grow fast, fast, fast. Then I send up tiny pinheads filled with more spores, like teeny tiny seeds. Into the air they go. If they land on another pumpkin, they'll give it earmuffs and a new nose. Hear this. All you molds and rots, I, the soul bug, owe you. Without you, I'd be under a log chewing rotten wood. My mouth parts can't break through the pumpkin skin, but you soften it up so I can munch its delicious rotten flesh. I'll repay you by getting you to your next pumpkin. I'm sure to swallow bits of molds, and when I poop, I'll leave it behind. In other words, I'll spread you around so I can thank you. And you can thank me. We're even. I may be one scary-looking dude, but I'm the one who's scared. I've got a bad case of mold. 3, 4, maybe 5 or more of them. And look what they're doing to me. But see the clean spot below my lower lip on the right side? I'll tell you why it looks so good there. First, look a little further up to the right. See the fuzzy grayish-greenish area? That's not just any old mold. I am the famous Penicillium, The drug penicillin is made from me and has saved millions of human lives. Let me explain. Naturally, I'd rather not share my food with other molds or bacteria. When they start growing too close, I make chemicals that kill them off. See how the lower lip of the pumpkin is shaved clean? My chemicals drip down into that. These chemicals are called antibiotics. When you're sick, they can kill the bad bacteria inside your body, so you go get better. I'm just a fuzzy gray mold, but you may owe your good health to me. Ah, am I still a pumpkin? My top is collapsing and my skin is a mess of mold. They grow all over each other and right through me, eating my flesh from the outside in and from the inside out. Not even winter snows and low temperatures have slowed them down because most of the fungi that love pumpkins thrive in cold weather. How did it get so unlucky? Don't call me a lowly earthworm. The only thing low about me is my place on the ground. The work I do is high and mighty. Dead leaves, flowers, fruit, and animal carcasses are healthy food to me. When I eat a hunk of rotten pumpkin, its nutrients go into my mouth and many go out the other end. Now they are part of the soil. They will nourish growing plants, including new pumpkins. See? I'm not lonely at all. I am everywhere. In the air, in the soil, in your body, and on this pumpkin. I am a single cell, which means I am too small for you to see without a microscope. When millions like me cover a piece of fruit, you'll notice a whitish film. That's me, yeast. Some kinds of yeast help bread dough rise. Other kinds turn grape juice into wine and cocoa beans into chocolate. We all digest sugar and release carbon dioxide along with alcohol. This is called fermentation. When you bake bread, the alcohol burns off, but the gas bubbles get trapped. They expand from the heat and stretch the dough to make it soft and puffy. Of all the strange things growing on this pumpkin, I am the strangest. I am a slime mold. I started as a single cell tumbling through the soil. Every once in a while I divided in half, so there were two of me. Soon there was lots of us. Then we did the oddest thing. We joined to become one living creature that spread out in squishy yellow arms, connected like a net. The net, called the plasmodium, began to move. As a plasmodium, I oozed around for a while, when I landed on this pumpkin stem and changed shape again. I sent up stalks with spore cases that look like tiny red balloons. Gazillions of pores will grow up in them, and then they'll fly away in the wind when the slime mold cycle will begin anew. Sounds like an alien life form, doesn't it? My pumpkin days are gone. My pumpkin pride is gone. My pumpkin future? None. I'm a smelly, running, messy, spilling my seeds on a garden soil. Am I good for anything now? I think of myself as mother. The mother of all that grows on the land. I give seeds the molecules of nourishment they need. And what happens to these molecules when the plants die? They return to me. But I can not pluck these molecules from dead plants as a hand-picked fruit. They must be released by decomposers, the molds and the rots, the earthworms and snowbugs, the many fungi, yeast, and bacteria. Even flies, birds, squirrels, mice, and slugs do their part. With decomposers working non-stop, the earth is a fruitful place. There are hundreds of seeds like me, slippery and moist, connected by a stringy web. One day, a hand reached inside and scooped out most of us. That hand missed me. Through bright and sunny days and long stormy nights, I sat inside that pumpkin. The animals came, the molds grew, the pumpkin collapsed into a heap of goo, and I waited. The goo seeped into the soil, enriched it with nutrients, and I waited. I nestled in pumpkin soil, warming from the sun's energy, swelling with spring rains, pushing roots downward and stem upward. If all goes well, my flowers will form fruit. My fruits will ripen. Maybe one of them will be your next jack-o'-lantern. Maybe it will have a glory day of its own. Okay, so now go ahead and open up your Cook Grow journals, and this activity is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. So we're going to create our own rotten mold or creature to join the voices in the story. Give it a fun or rotten name. What does it look like? How does it help break down or decompose the pumpkin? Second, remember to include the date, time, location, and weather at the top of the journal entry as always.